Okay. Well, I'm really glad you guys joined me. I missed y'all last week. I hope you had a good Easter. Everybody had some fun. I wanted to just see, we'll start off with any prayer requests, anything you guys have on your heart. Hi, Leslie. Perfect timing. Anything going on or?
I have a prayer request. Sorry.
Okay.
My cousin, she's actually, I guess, probably my third cousin, because it's actually my mom's cousin's daughter. She has brain cancer, and she's had a lot of. She's young. She's only like 22, I think, and she's hanging in, but she's had some difficulty. She had to go to the hospital yesterday because she couldn't talk, and they thought she might have had a stroke, but she hasn't, and she is going to be able to go home. So just keep her, especially her husband. She is married, and her parents and everyone.
What's her name, Michelle?
Her name is Katie.
Katie, that's so sad. Is she like doing is it treatable?
Not anymore. I mean, she actually was diagnosed when she was 17, and she was in remission for a little while. But it's very sad. But they're very, they're faithful people, and they'll make it through.
Well, that's definitely a good thing that they have their faith, but that's a hard thing. Okay. Anything else? Anyone else have anything they want to?
I found out a couple hours ago that one of my employees' husbands killed himself on Friday.
Their husband killed themselves?
Yeah.
Oh.
So she called me today. Obviously, she's had a lot going on from Friday night.
Oh my goodness, it's so awful.
Yeah. So.
Oh goodness, we'll be praying. That's a very sad thing.
So kind of in shock.
Yeah. Just no idea, huh?
I mean, he's been on like antidepressants and different things like that, and
so sad. Goodness gracious. Well, I wanted to say, because I don't know if I said it, but an answered prayer that my best friend's brother is doing very well after being in the hospital with COVID. So that is a good thing. We're all very, very thankful for that. So it's important to remember that as well. Anybody else before we move on? Anybody need any? Those prayers are important, that's for sure. Okay. Well, feel free anytime if y'all have something that comes up. Okay, so any victories y'all want to share? Like, it doesn't have to be Scentsy. Anything good and going on this last week? I think maybe Melanie has something.
What do I have? Oh, you saw my post. I have yes, I finished one of my degree programs, so I have a graduation date of May the 8th. So
that's so amazing. I can't even imagine how in the world you do that with everything going on in your life. You are a crazy lady, but you're so inspirational, and I'm proud of you taking all those steps to continuing your education to affect and help people. It's awesome. Very proud of you.
My son had a jiu-jitsu tournament yesterday. He got 2 gold medals.
Oh, he's not one.
Yeah, 2.
That's awesome.
Oh, and a samurai sword.
Don't forget
that. Now that's cool. Good job. Woohoo! I love it. That's awesome.
My husband got 1 bronze medal.
Oh, good.
I have 2 new people starting on Monday, LVN and a front desk. So I'm hoping that besides the one person being out for a little bit with her husband, that I'm getting back to fully staffed.
Well, that'll help. I know it's been super stressful. Well, very good. I'm proud of all of you. I'm going to go ahead and do our little bit of shout outs because we've got a lot of people. I feel like I need to play music, but I'm not that fancy. I can't do all the things at one time. So here are our active party peeps so far this month. I think we're like a third of the way through the month. So this is awesome. Anna, Beth, Melanie, holla, Tracy M, Shauna, oh, come on thing, Roxanne, Kara, and Michelle.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed to say I am not active yet. I think it's the first time ever by this time of the month, I'm pretty sure. Aw, party pooper, it won't work. Oh, okay. But I'm very close. It's going to happen very soon. I'm like $5 away.
I'm unofficially active. I just haven't put in all my stuff.
Okay,
for
well,
my,
then, whoop, whoop,
my-
good job.
my Easter event last weekend.
Yes, I want to hear a little about that. Okay, and then we have 3 people who are over 500 already. Super cool. Heather Smith, Morgan, and Heather Williams is number 1. What? Holla. You're rocking it this month. That's awesome. Okay,
You
well,
better smile, Heather.
it's like, toot, 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 we're tooting your horn. That's good. That's awesome. Good start.
You came for the celebration. Thank you, Colby.
She's always up for a celebration. So I'm really proud of you. I think it's important, you know, wherever you are right now, you could just make that goal of saying, I'm going to go 3 times where I am, because we're only a third through the month, right? I got to go way more than a third more than what I'm doing. I got to get busy. But it's such a good goal. Like, some people maybe never hit 500 and then they start hitting 500 consistently. So then I would say, well, great, let's go for 1,000. And a few people are hitting 1,000 consistently. Go for 2,000. I mean, and then you get to where I am, where I'm hitting 2,000 a lot, but not every month. And then I realize that I'm not that far from annual sales and I need to hit 2,500 every month. If you can do 500, you can do 2,500. It's all mindset and consistent work, which is what we're going to talk about a little bit today. But I wanted to make sure we celebrated where we are, because that's a good start. I think everybody's doing a good job. Okay, so I have not calculated team points. I always think I want to announce it here, but I do better doing it after the call late at night and going through and adding up. And there's going to be a lot of change, I think, this week, because there's been so much involvement and interaction and good stuff happening. So that's good. Doing the little different days and having more engagement is a lot of fun for me, just to be able to see more from you. So I appreciate everybody who's been contributing to kind of our day of focus each day, and we'll talk more about that later. Okay, I know I got the message that it's time to update your newsletter on your workstation, that was about to go out. If you're not used to doing that, it's a great time to just go click on it and to add, if you're doing an open house, if you have made a Google form with some specials, or if you want to, you know, tell them, hey, I'm going to do a flower party in May or whatever. It's a good time to just go in, customize a line or 2. And it's super helpful, because I used to be so good at going in and putting what was going to happen that month, and I got really lazy about doing it. And now that reminder that pops up on your dashboard is really, really helpful. So I just thought I'd mention, let's get our newsletters updated with something personal. If you have people who you have emails and they're not entered or clicked subscribe to newsletter, be sure you do that, because that's just an extra contact where they're going to think of you, and that's a good thing. Getting in the habit of looking at the calendar on the website, on the workstation, is really important. So I thought maybe that's something we should do each week, since we're meeting on Sunday and it's setting up our week. Because again, I'm not always great at checking the calendar. I normally know what's going on, but it's such a helpful tool. So I've got my calendar pulled up and I'm looking at this week. Today is the last day for what? Anybody know?
NFL pre-orders.
He's doing sign language. Nice. Yes, NFL and I guess hockey, right? Pre-orders. So it is not too late. Like, if you had 0, I have had 0 this time, but I know last time there was a person who wanted the Cowboys warmer, and she even did the $10 deposit, and then she missed her window. And so she threw her $10 away. So right after this call, I need to message her. I'm ashamed I haven't done it, and just say, hey, this is your second chance since the last day, and help her get that done. But if you've got people you know have husbands that are really into one of those, NFL, NHL, or you just know people who are really into it, it's not too late to say, hey, it's the last day. Just wanted you to know these are awesome. You know, people that come to mind. So try to get some of those going. And then we haven't talked about this, but there's something else that's been going on. Some of you have points. I forgot to look it up. What does the keep going, keep growing bring to mind? Anybody?
Incentive.
Yes, we should probably talk about that. I'm looking at the incentive tracker on the website, on the workstation. You want to know who has the most points right now?
Sure.
You.
No, well, I mean, maybe, probably, but I didn't mean that ugly. I probably do, but I'm looking at everyone on my front line. I'm talking, so this is just front line, because I don't think it shows me people that aren't on my front line, but you can see people on your front line. So you can go in and kind of check it. There's a view frontline points on the track your progress. Right now, Melanie has the most. and Michelle
Ooh.
is next, and a close third is Shannon.
I have my little tracker. I haven't, oh, you can't even see it. I
That's
haven't
good.
filled it in, but I'm doing that right now.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so
So,
we didn't talk
On
about.
mine, it shows Heather has 3,000 points, but she doesn't have like
Woohoo!
PRV points.
No, those would be her PRV points, right?
And on my front line,
That's
Heather is
her
my
total.
little,
Wait,
Okay,
wait,
so you can't see Heather because she is.
she's not my front line.
Okay, got it.
I can only see my front line.
Because I'm like, I barely have any compared to her.
Well, you know, all I can say is there's time. Y'all can always go back to that how to earn and just kind of double check. I mean, it's one of those things. The incentives, I mean, Melanie and Michelle have both. Michelle has earned a level of incentive before, and Melanie was so close, like we could taste it that last time. So was I. I missed the trip. I had oodles, thousands over points, but sponsoring, you know. And the reason Scentsy sets it up that way is because you need to do that so your business is successful. So it's not too late. We have lots of time. We've got all of this month and 2 more months, right?
Yes.
Okay. Tons of
Actually,
time.
isn't it the end of July?
Let's see.
I can't remember. Well, I'm looking in here now if I can get to
June 30th.
June 30th, right?
Okay.
Okay, so yes, we've got I mean, a good part of over 2.5 months left. And so it tells you exactly how to earn it. And it is a combination of sales and sponsoring. And there's some awesome prizes. And it's not too late for anyone to earn it, even if you've started a little bit slow or you don't have anyone right now. I just want to remind you guys, you can all do this, and it's so fun to earn an incentive. And not only is it great to get the prizes and to earn that, but it sets your business up so strong, especially for the fall, because I want so many promotions. I want y'all to earn the fall trip. I want y'all to, you know, see those teams grow and get active. And I want to see you having paychecks that make a difference. So I've said it from the beginning. I just want to say it again. I have been blessed to earn a good number of incentives. I've also missed a handful, and making them will change your life. You never want to miss them again. And it's such a special thing to earn it. And so, but my biggest goal is for someone on my team to earn a trip. I want y'all to have that experience so badly. And I just want to help you at any point. So all the things we train on Sundays and things we share through the week, they're all built to help you achieve that. And just part of it is honestly believing you can do it. I have been where you are. I remember looking and going, that looks impossible. I can never do it. And then I was so close, and Scentsy back then, I guess, had some extra spots. They gifted me 1,000 points and I earned my first trip. And after that, I was like, I will never not go for it, because it seems hard, but you can do it. I'm just a normal person, and all the people who earn it. There have been people who earn it who join and earn a trip right away because they just do the basics that they need. So yes, it's hard. And like I said, I've kind of struggled with the sponsoring part too, as well. So I feel the pain, but it also should encourage us, you know, like just to keep going. It's one of those things, it's never too late to turn it around. And that's a cool part. Also, since we're talking about some of these big things, May starts Scentsy New Year and the award cycle. So basically, instead of going January to December, Scentsy awards go May through April. And so the big ones, obviously, annual sales award. If you sell 2,500 every month, an average, right? So you could have some months that are bigger. You can have a little bit that's lower, but as long as you're hitting close to 2,500 every month, you get the annual sales award, which gives you $1,000 bonus. And that's really, really great to have. And like I said, some of you are, you know, selling maybe 15,000, 17,000. If you're doing that, you can sell 30,000. It's just taking everything and just multiplying it a little bit. You know, it can be done. You have to kind of want it, because it doesn't happen accidentally. But if you want it, I know you can do it. So I want to say that. Also, annual mentor is the one that I want to earn. I want y'all to earn, because it's the one that makes the biggest difference. I just posted something y'all can look at on the group page that kind of shows you what you get for that. But that's the annual mentor award. Such a tiny percentage of people earn it. Tiny. But there's no reason that we can't earn it. It makes all the difference in your business. It turns your paychecks from being few $100s a month to big money. And it helps them because you'll teach them how to do it and they will have that same experience. So just wanted to say, we're about to reset in May. If you put some thought into it, say some prayers about it, and really think like, I want that annual mentor award. I want that annual sales award. You can do it. Plus, if you're doing those things, you're going to earn incentive trips. You just will. That's how that goes. Okay. Scentsy family reunion. We have 3 people besides myself that have registered. Melanie, yay. Leslie, woohoo. Sorry. And Michelle, holla.
Yay.
So that's great, but I definitely hope everyone will do it. It is virtual. We've talked about that. So it's very easy. You sign up. It's not real expensive. You're going to get a lot out of it. If you want to join us in Port A, we're going to really have to start some serious planning very, very soon. So I'll need kind of a for sure. And I hope some more of you will do it. Like it'll be so much fun just to go be together. I think you'll get a lot more out of the experience than just looking at the screen, like having that camaraderie. And I'm going to have Michelle just do her little bit about why you should do it and what she believes is so important about it. Take it away.
Well, I will say that, so I joined in November of 2012 and World Tour was in February or beginning of March maybe. And I remember like watching stuff online about everybody posting how excited they were. And I had a serious case of FOMO, serious case. I was like, oh my, I just really wanted to be there, even though I didn't really know anybody at that time. So luckily Megan called me in May and said, hey, have you thought about going to the reunion? And I mean, I'd never met Megan in person or anybody on our team in person. And I flew to Indianapolis and stayed with 3 great ladies that I've never met before. And I haven't missed it since.
You're so
It's
brave.
just, I know, I mean, really that is brave for me. But, it's just, you just get such a sense of camaraderie with your other Scentsy sisters and misters. It's very uplifting. You don't want to miss it. And I think if you can join us in Port A, then that would be great, because virtual, I will say, was it was a letdown. I mean, I still did it, and I think that you should do it for the training, if for sure. It will just get you pumped up for the year, and and you get to see a sneak peek of all the things. So,
well, and I would say I agree 100%. I mean, I try to be very positive, and you should still do virtual. I mean, you should do it 100%.
yes,
But
yeah.
it just like Zoom meetings. If we were sitting around right now at a restaurant visiting, this would be better. This is great, but that would be better. It's just
Right.
not, it can't replace being together. And so it's very, very important if you can to try to get together. But I would say, like, if you've registered and you can't do Port A for different reasons, at least see if 1 or 2 of your team members could get together and do some of it, at least a portion of it, a general session or 2 together. That would be really awesome. So keep those things in mind. Everybody register, especially if you got paid and you put that money in on that registration fee. It's very simple to register, and please don't miss it. Anybody want anything else about it? Thank you, Michelle.
You're welcome.
Okay, so we've been kind of focusing on the QR code monthly movement thing as a team focus. We kind of took a break. I wanted to check in and see who's trying to do that. Anybody working on it, or anybody just like, I haven't even looked at it, I don't know.
I am
Trying.
Wait, what did you say?
I said my brain hurts. I was watching your video and the ink and the dog and everything. I was like, oh, that's so, and then I just saw the fresh, like, it's a lot. It really is. And so when I tried to just put it, so I got to find a way to make it work. I've been doing all the little things, like the little daily things, but to try to actually do that QR thing, it's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it's just too, it's like Megan level. I'm serious. It really is.
Well, let me say that's really funny, because I was feeling totally overwhelmed. I'm like, this is so much work. I told my husband, this is so much work. But I also have gotten a little QR crazy, because I don't know, I posted my box of my Scentsy, my smelly box. I did a QR code. I did a QR box because I'm like, this is amazing. My family's making fun of me because I'm like, I can put a QR code on this and I can do a QR. It's like I never really ever had, I've always seen QR codes, but I've never really been into them or used them. And then, yeah, the menu thing, I'm always annoyed by it. I'm like, would you just scan it, honey? I don't even want to do it. But
yes.
I've never seen one go to a video. And And I'm like, the video thing is amazing. Like, because I've made a lot of videos. I try to make a good bit. I'm not as consistent as a lot of people, but I'm comfortable with it now because I've pushed myself to be comfortable. I was not, and I've just made myself do it. But I've always been like, well, who wants like send a link of a YouTube video? It's not very exciting. There's something about just scanning and it going right to it. It's like magic. Like I was going through the videos going, this is fun. And I definitely like it, but I am not going to lie. Whew, it's a lot of work. And they've done most of the work for you. That's the sad part. So much work was put into it and it's still so much work.
I have to say, it is very user friendly as far as them having everything there for you. But it's a lot. I'm still gonna try. I'm
talking. I think I'm gonna have to buy a new printer. Like, oh
But-
my goodness. Like, I kept
Yes.
having so much trouble. My poor husband, he YouTubed like 12 different things to try, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, and like it's a lot. And we're spending $1 million on ink, and I'm like, is it cheaper to send it out? Like, I don't know. But anyway, I am proud to say that I have 10 of them ready.
Well, that's awesome.
It feels like it should be 100 at this point. And I think the rest will go together a little faster because I've got most stuff printed now, but holy cow. So I think I showed them mostly, but I went ahead and let me just pull this part. I did print this thing and it didn't print even for me. Like it printed half of them are a little bit skewed, but whatever. I printed it. It takes a lot of ink and mine's still not perfect. I'm like, it's good enough. It's something, it's fine. But what I did is I thought I'm gonna put my welcome video here. So I just stuck the first QR code there, but I had already stuck it on the catalog too. So that might confuse people. I had made this little label that basically says, kind of small. Welcome to the coolest Scentsy QR code party ever. Scan me to start. And I just stuck that on the front. I don't know if you can tell. But yes, I've gone through and I've done them. And like I said, it's a lot. And I get that. But I would always say, if you're feeling overwhelmed, which I really do understand, I really do. I felt overwhelmed and this is my full-time job. So I don't know, all you that have outside jobs too, I get it. It's okay though. You could just do one something, you don't even have to do all of them. I think it's fun, this whole interactive part where they turn pages and find another one. It's kind of scavenger honey. It's a little bit exciting. It goes with a page, but they did put that one document in there that has all the codes on one page. That would be so much easier. Like just do that one. You can use their welcome video. You don't have to make your own. If that's another step that just overwhelms you. So I'm feeling your pain lately on a lot of things that I've been doing. They are my level because I am type A and I'm a creative. And I want it to be the best. So I have all that in my personality. But even me, I'm like, oh, this is a lot. I hope it all comes back to me. Because you also have to worry about your budget and you have to worry about how much you're pouring into stuff. And so I feel it. And I just wanted to say, we can watch ideas and videos and people can even spoon feed us exactly what to do. At the end of the day, you have to decide what makes me happy with my business, what is going to still make results happen, and what is authentically me. And if it's feeling like too much, I understand. You could start working on some of these things to set up like your fall launch if you can't do it right this second, But like I said, I've gotten a little QR code crazy. I was like, what I could make. So I normally do a live with my warmer of the month and Colby usually helps me. And only recently have I gotten good at actually saving those and uploading them to YouTube. We'd make them on Facebook and then I never uploaded them. And so I've gotten better at trying to get it on my YouTube channel at least. I don't have many subscribers, which is something I need to work on. I got to get more people. But I was thinking, what if, I told you QR code crazy, I made a QR code for that video and stuck it right on every one of my flyers. Easy.
Yeah.
Now they don't just get this little flyer and the smell, they also get to watch my video because I'm handing these out to lots of people. What if on every bagged order I put a QR code that is a thank you so much for your order, I hope you love it, I appreciate your business, and don't forget we have a lifetime warranty if you ever have any. Just a quick boom, that becomes pretty cool. And that's easy. That could be on your reorder label, Now that's doable. And that makes that an interactive experience. It puts a little bit of you in something. It brings things alive, but you don't have to do it all. You don't have to be perfect. And I'm encouraging steps and stuff, but if it's something you're just like, I can't do it, it's okay. It's okay. I totally get it. So I kind of figured that's how it was when I was feeling overwhelmed, that most of you are probably feeling that way too. Google Forms are brilliant, and some of you don't know how to do Google Forms. I know I've shared it with a couple of you, but they really were a game changer. So even just doing that, focusing on something, and that's why today I just wanted to talk in our last little time about basics, because we can be elaborate and we can be fancy and we can do really cool things. And when you have time to do that, you should do it. You know, do what you can when you can. But other times we just need to be consistent. I was going to bring up Debbie Pitts Palmer because I think she's awesome. I've shared a couple of her videos. She's so inspirational. I had seen her story like a long time ago. I'd heard her talk, and I mean, she is amazing. But the thing about her, she just does it. She's not fancy. She's not fancy. You can have someone like Heather, how do you say her last name?
Tori? All right.
Gorsuch, I
Oh,
think.
yeah. Sorry.
Heather Gorsuch or Kimberly Paluto, the ones that are always sharing like really amazing things, and they're fantastic and they're sweet to share. You can have that, and they're working their business in an amazing way. Then you can have a Debbie Pitts Palmer, and she tells people, you need this in your life. Let me bless you. Let me help you. And she just does it. You know, it's not super fancy, and that works too. In fact, it works really well. You have to find what works for you. The main key there is work because we know it doesn't just happen. So it's great to see all the things. It's great to have ideas. I would say the biggest thing is just being authentic and being consistent. And we all know persistent too, because sometimes it's really exciting and sometimes it's not. So I wanted to do a little brainstorming. I have a list of some of my things that I would consider like healthy basics that we should be focusing on. But I'd love to hear your thoughts as well. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, I figured we should go back to basics. Looking at your calendar each day or once a week and putting it in your actual planner. I mean, y'all, I'm serious. I tell you all the time, I'm such a squirrel, and I'm overwhelmed with, I get ideas and I'm like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. And then I don't get much done. I have a beautiful planner. I love my planner, and I still don't look at it a few times. Like sometimes I go, yeah, I know she's organized and she uses hers, I'm certain. Some days I'm like hot and cold. I don't even look at it. And then I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do next. If I stop and just say, okay, what are my top 3 things I need to do? Knock them out, prioritize. Yes, I have a dump list. It's really long. This is my current dump list of just things that I need to do. They're not all Scentsy, they're life things too. Who's really great at planning and like, who's real organized? Okay, so let's have a future.
Melanie.
Melanie, you're gonna, on one of our, maybe next week or the week after, you're gonna tell us how you do this, because I think that you clearly are good at it. You need to give us how to plan and prioritize, because I don't know how you do it all. Okay, you work on that one for me? Okay.
Plan on it.
That's that, using that team. I know she's good at it, and that's who she needs to be teaching us about it.
It has been like that forever.
Well, it's why you're a highly successful person. That's true. I mean, that you've got those those highly effective habits, right? Okay. So consistency for sure. Samples, and Melanie, you want to talk a little bit about samples? And
Yeah,
I sprung it on her, but she's got this.
No, I always say it. When I don't do samples, I just see my business not. And as soon as I bring them out, and I've moved past the wax, because a lot of people have gone away from wax. I mean, I have to be honest about that. Scentsy is great with wax, and I still use it in my classroom. I put some in the front office. So samples don't like, sometimes I just give out if I have 2 left, I just take it to the front office. It's like, you have to use this today. And that's my sample. But then I'll get like 5 people to say, what is that that's burning in the office? And I'm like, warming in the office? Yes. Yeah. And they'll do it that way. And so now I just put a diffuser. And I'm going to be honest, I did not give them a Scentsy diffuser, but I gave them all Scentsy oils, because I don't want anything to happen to my diffuser. So I will put that out there. It's one that I bought for cheap out of Ross for like $6 or $7, and it's nothing but oil. And so it's all of my Scentsy oils. So every day it's a different one, and it's been working. So I've had like 3 or 4 people asking for different oils, and I have to make more samples because I want them to smell more than just that. And then the same thing with the pet line. So it doesn't have to be, every time I think about making samples, always has been wax and putting them in cute little bags. And I don't have to do that anymore. I just have to get it in people's hands. And if I don't get it in people's hands, they won't smell it. So that's been my thing. And then following up. And that's my downfall, just because they might want it, but they forget too. And I might not write it down, and you don't know who you remember. I don't always remember who I gave something to. And just like you said, with the people in the supermarket or whatever, I have to get back to doing those type of things. It's been really iffy with COVID, like not giving out samples to people that I don't know, because they, you don't know, they might not take it, or, you don't want to waste it.
Yeah.
So I just been doing more like school. So I couldn't kind of wait to get back to being inside the building, because that's when I saw the most bang for my buck, is getting the people in the building to smell it. And we don't have parents anymore that can come into the building. So that was my key as well. And my front office knew to give them a card or whatever, but that doesn't happen anymore. So I got to figure out a way to get that back. So I'm thinking something with the car kits with my parents. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, well, that's all good. And yeah, follow-up has always been the hardest part. I'm so great at handing them out. But to then say, hey, what did you think about that scent? Did you like it at all? I'm just, and not even in a, hey, buy it, but in a, I want to know how popular it's going to be. Did you like it, or was it a thumb up, thumb down, somewhere in the middle? Getting in the habit of doing that. And that means you have to have a record that you gave it to them.
Yeah.
So that would be like a quick thing. If you're using the Amy app, there is a way to just go in there and put, I gave them a sample of this scent. And that's just the step that needs to happen. And then go, okay, I'm going to go follow up with who I gave samples to. Who feels like they do a pretty good job of sampling and maybe following up? Any tips anybody has?
Sampling, yes. Following up, not so much.
It's a theme.
Me too.
So that's the key right there. If we can all work and say, you know what, this week, when I give out a sample, I'm going to make a note. If you don't use Amy, just literally pull up a note on your phone and put samples of the month and list who, just boop, boop, boop. And then just pick a day in like a week to go through and just say, hey, I was curious, would you give that sample, what would you give it on a 1 to 5? Or would you give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, or in the middle? That would be great to know. And, have them help you review it. I need a review. Would you da-da-da-da? I always say with the sample of the month, there's so many times where it's a stinky one and I'm just like, I don't even want to give it out. But there's always someone, and it's a point of contact, and it's a point of conversation. Hey, I don't know, this wasn't really my scent. If you don't like it, give it to someone else. Or if you love it, let me know. I may have some extra bars. It's a point of contact. And it's something every single time I go and work out with some friends, and every time I have it, they know I'm going to give it to them. So it's not even a question. I only have to get nervous about giving it to them. I'm like, I'm giving it to them. And so it normally turns into a sale too. And it is. Samples are really important, and being cost effective is important. Following up is important. So you're not just letting them all the money run out the door, but it is a very important part. And when we're not getting to give those to people, we can tell a difference. So has anybody done like a monthly mail out of samples?
No, I try and give them, to my regular people, and then also just in orders and stuff. On Friday, I brought some to one of my offices, and right away, one person's like, I need 6 bars of this, the sugarberry mint thing.
It's been popular. Yeah.
So
that's awesome. That happens. Good. Okay. Well, samples are definitely a back to basic, getting creative. That All About Samples group, if you're not a part of it on Facebook, I'm telling you, it saved my rump this time, because I had gotten my whiff box and it had Scentsy soak in it or whatever. And I was like, that's what I'm going to do. And I had actually bought these accidentally, but they were perfect. The label was just right there. Of course, my ink is pretty bad because it's all out of ink, but it did kind of print. The black was okay. But those are so easy. I made the little sponge dish soap ones because I'd gotten the Fiesta Lime dish soap in my whiff box. And I just cut up some dollar store sponges. I cut them into tiny little squares and just sprayed it on, just let it soak in there. And that was so easy because the label was made for me. So it's very doable, and be excited. Like, oh, I gave you some fun samples. Like sometimes I think I've gotten to a point like, oh, there's some samples. Like I don't want to bother you, but they're there. Instead, be like, oh, this catalog is so bonus and extra. Look, I got you. You can soak your feet after a hard day. You can go smell amazing while you do those nasty dishes. Like, get excited about them, and that will make a difference too. Okie dokie. Getting people's info and details. Like I just had a new customer stop by right before this. I have not had that many customers stopping by, but I think they're starting to pick up. And I realized how many discontinued bars I had from fall and winter because I didn't really have open houses. And so I had done one round of like a Google form inventory party, which went really well, but I probably need to do that again. And Colby's about to do a lemonade stand. She's been dying to do that again. We had so much fun with our little lemonade stand last year, and her brother's trying to, fundraise for his marching band, and she's fundraising for her elementary school. And so we figured we'd set it up. So one day this week, we're going to do canned lemonade and stuff, and canned, packaged candy. But I thought I could set up a table and have some Scentsy out, just whoever comes by could look. So you could do that. You could start, some people are getting comfortable, enough people are getting vaccinated to maybe start doing some in-person things, or some open your tailgate at a sporting event. So many people do that. I mean, you're already sitting there for hours. You're at all your kids' stuff. You're at all the events. Just say, hey, I'm going to have an open trunk today, come by. I saw one of my friends, I'm not sure if this, I'm not really sure if it was against compliance, so I didn't say anything, but she basically said, hey, I have 2 boxes of bars that I just need to get rid of. Anybody want? She sat them out in whiff boxes on her front porch and just said, come by, take one if you like it. It was free. Now, one-on-one, there's no problem with telling people that. I don't know about doing it. I don't know. But anyway, it was like a sample, I guess. But it was a good idea, because then people are going to come by and they're probably going to be like, I need more stuff anyway. It's just a contact, right? And it's a way to get rid of some things that are just sitting around that you're not using. So anyway,
I was thinking about doing another of the Facebook group things to get rid of the old stock as well. And we're also having a neighborhood garage sale on the 24th. Last year I set up my garage. Half my garage was Scentsy stuff, and then the other stuff was some other stuff we were getting rid of for the garage sale.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, sometimes people just need to know that you're open for business. If you're comfortable and at the point where you are, then you could plan a come and go, even if it's outside. It feels a little safer. Spread it out on a table outside. It's getting hot here. It's going to be a little trickier, but it's, you have stuff in coolers.
That's what I did around Christmas time. And that was like my biggest month that I've had recently was that. And I was redoing some dressers in my garage, and I just used them as tables and set stuff up out there. And I had like an open house like hours, but I just kept it out there because obviously it wasn't hot or anything. But and I messaged people in the neighborhood and the other customers I had in the neighborhood, and even ones that didn't live in the neighborhood, and said, if you wanted to come by, we can like set up a time for you to come and do like a personal shopping thing in the garage. And actually got more that way than I did during that open house, few hours that I did in the garage.
Sometimes you just got to kind of try different things. It's offering different opportunities is always good. That's awesome. And I know you were talking about, you just did like an online vendor event, and I saw Heather Smith had said she can't find one to join. So I was going to say, I know she's not on the call, but if she's watching the replay, or for anyone else, start your own. I mean, there's no reason you can't say, I know someone who sells like this. I know someone sells this. I know someone sells this. Yeah. If there are 5 or 6 of us, start your own and then ask them. They're going to know some people who do some other things. But there's no reason you can't do that. And that's a good thing. Sometimes you do that thing where you have, everyone agrees to, if you get 10 people, everybody agrees to buy $20 each month of something. And then everybody always has a party. I mean, if you need to hit some minimums, those are some things you can do. Basics, customer care. You got to make your people feel special. Sure, most of you are very good at that. So it's not, we're going to spend a lot of time, but what is something you do to make sure your customers want to buy from you? Like, what are some basic things that we should keep in mind?
Just to be responsive to them. I had somebody that, I don't even know how she even became a customer. She doesn't even live here. She lives in like Brenham or something. But she regularly orders from me online still. And so, I have sent her things in the mail as like a thank you, but also she never tells me when she's going to order or that she placed an order and stuff. I just see it, and I usually text her, thank you and stuff like that. And so she had emailed, and because she ordered 3 new plug-in bases for her mother-in-law or her mom. And then she emailed me and saying that they didn't fit right and they didn't look exactly like what was online. And the online one is kind of not the current one that comes out in the current, like when you order a whole mini warmer. So I let her know, I'm like, well, that's what is the current one. So I don't know why it hasn't been updated on our website, but it should fit all of them, right? Because she said it did come with a new gasket.
So was she made sure it wasn't the ceramic versus glass issue?
No, yeah, she said it's ceramic. And she said it's just kind of loose on there, but it didn't come with a new gasket, which I have to call customer support to, because I've not ordered just a base, so I don't know how it usually comes. I know it comes with it when you get the whole warmer kit, but she's like,
I don't think it does come with one when you just order it. I'm thinking out, I don't think so.
Because I think that her mom or mother-in-law's, they're like older ones, so she's like she used the wrong bulb, it like burned it up or something, so she just got all new base.
Yeah, well, in the future, Scentsy will replace that.
She just threw them away and just ordered new ones.
Just tell her in the future, like, first of all, I think that if these aren't fitting right, that they will help you with that or try to advise or whatever. But if a plug-in is not working anymore and the base is not the bulb, Scentsy will replace that. It is a warranty that they will cover.
Didn't use Scentsy bulbs in it and it caused an issue.
That might be an issue if that was user error. They might not cover that, but anyway, but you should call support and just find out, like, I don't know, maybe are you sure it's a Scentsy? It's for sure a Scentsy plug-in, huh?
She couldn't send me pictures because she didn't live with her, obviously. So I'm trying to get more information, but I was going to call Scentsy support and just like see if a gasket was supposed to come with them.
Right.
The little, rubber.
Yeah. And I mean, you could always probably mail one. I have extras if you need some too, but they would probably do it too.
Yeah. I'm like, how do you get extras? Because it only comes with one, right?
Yeah. But I don't use them on any of mine.
Yeah.
No. I never use them. I don't think I've ever put one on. I haven't ever.
I mean, I use mostly like the tabletop, the larger warmers, but the other ones.
At some point, they redesign them with a screw that screws in. So I don't know if that's causing the problem. Maybe the warmer's so old it didn't have a place for the screw. I'm not sure. But anyway, but contacting people. In fact, I just had somebody like a week and a half ago place a huge order, and I was like, ooh, because it was really exciting. And I looked, and it was someone I've never met. And then I'm like, oh, please don't be a mistake. Don't let it be for someone else. Sometimes someone was trying to order from a certain consultant, and then there was some system error, and you're like, oh, because I always give it up to whoever it's supposed to go to. But it was a $300 order, and it was amazing. I was like, this is the biggest I've ever just randomly gotten. And so I followed up, and he said, I actually have ordered from a couple different people, and you've already done more than anyone's ever done just by sending me an email. And I was like, oh, because that's terrible. I mean, sometimes my follow-up game's not perfect, but to not at least say thank you, or if there's anything you need, let me know, is pretty rotten, and it makes a difference. So don't be the consultant that doesn't thank people and see what they can do. And of course, I said, I'm not very far from you. If you ever want to save on shipping, just that extra step. If you ever need to smell through some stuff, let me know. And he actually replied, I'm assuming it's a couple, but it was a man whose name was on it and a man whose email I had. And I said, I'd love to drop you by, a full set of testers. If you want to smell through at any point, you're welcome to come to the home, whatever. And I took him my first QR code, deluxe thing. And he's like, he's texting me that day. He's like, this is exactly what I wanted. It had samples and things to smell. It's amazing. So I think that if you just follow up, take care of people, you're going to get that loyalty, and you guys are probably all great at that. So I'm not going to talk too much more about it, but being consistent with your communication too, making them feel special is very important. Of course, we all make our packages look good. Even when someone's shopping, like this new lady who came, I forgot to ask her how she got my name. She had reached out to me some other time, and then she was like, oh, can you remind me later? So this was like a long time since that happened. And she came and bought some stuff and was super excited to have found me. But even though she was standing here, I wrapped it with some ribbon just because I want it to feel special. And I gave her samples and stuff, which I know you all do that. Okay, basics. Party flipping needs to become a basic. asking everyone, telling them they would be good at this, telling them you want to work with them, telling them they have something special, telling them you're so good with people. This would be such a blessing in your life. Telling the tired mom, like, hey, you need something for yourself, you know, telling that super busy person, you already see half the world every single week. All you have to do is share that, you know, just speaking life to people, making it something that you do all the time instead of every once in a while you get up your nerve to say something about the business opportunity to someone. And I'm speaking to myself to make it become that, like that analogy that I've said over the years, most of you've heard, like offering the piece of gum. It just has to be that simple. I have this piece of gum. I really like the gum. The gum's good. I want some gum right now. Some people are going to take it, right, and be like, thank you for the gum. Yum. And enjoy the gum. Some people are going to say, sure, but they're going to put it in their pocket. And you're like, well, why didn't they eat the gum right now? Well, they might eat it later, right? And then some people are going to say, no, thank you. Well, I don't go, oh, you didn't want my gum. Okay, they want gum. Yes, I get to keep my gum. Like, probably is what I would say. Like, yay, I don't have to get rid of my favorite gum. But that's, some people do that with that business opportunity. And if we can get to the point where we think, hey, I think they'd like this gum, I should just offer it. If they say no, I'm not going to fall apart, but I might keep offering it to the next person because they might want the gum. We just have to get to the point where it's just part of what we do every time someone orders, every time someone talks to us. We just want to at least give that opportunity, because there are those times where people, like, I might think I don't want to bug them. I don't want to be like that obnoxious direct salesperson. But if you think of it as I'm trying to bless people, then I won't run into that situation where someone I know has signed up under someone else. And we've all seen it or heard it. And you're like, oh, you know, Estelle, why didn't you sign up under me? You never asked me. Oh, right? You don't want that to happen, because some people want to be told, like, you'd be so good at this, or I would love you to be part of this with me. So that is something, the more you can just do it, like it's not a big thing, is and see it as a blessing, is a really important basic. Like I talk about Debbie Pitts Palmer, that's what she focuses on, and she gets annual mentor, and her team, and you saw her paycheck this week. Holy cow, $11,000 1 month. I'd have taken her $6,000 one. I mean, woo! So that's good stuff, right? Okay. Yeah. What other things come to mind? I was thinking social media. We can all get overwhelmed with social media. Like, I have a business page. I have kind of a VIP page, but I don't really do it. And then I have my personal page. I'm on Instagram, but I don't really do much with that. And that's where everyone's like, oh, Instagram's where to be. And there's all these other things. People are TikToking in their business and all the things. I don't do TikTok. I'm not cool enough. People are now doing reels on Instagram. I don't even know what that is. It's like a short movie. I get it, but I haven't gotten there yet. And I want to do all the things, but I can't. I'm like the overwhelmed point with that.
Yes.
And I feel already like, oh, I'm posting, I'm doing. But when I really think about the people who are successful, it is constant. It's constant. And it's not all about Scentsy, right? They're engaging people. Everyone, most of you are familiar with Jilly Sue. She's one of the biggest ones on Scentsy Instagram people. And she has so many things she shares. Scentsy is just part of it. But because she's gained all the followers, because she has, I don't know, Dachshunds or whatever, dogs, right? A certain dog thing. She loves home decor, and she loves decorating for holidays, and she does all the things. She talks about some health stuff. She shared her breast reduction surgery and like how what a big part of that of her life that was. And she has people who relate to that. And so she's gained followers from all these different parts of her life she shares. Now, not everybody wants to share their life that way. And if you're not that way, that's totally fine. But sometimes I feel like I post so much, I don't want to be obnoxious, but it's how you post it. It's what you post. And that is a whole thing. Like, you could just devote to that. But it's about consistently posting, because honestly, if you post once a day, even on your business page or your VIP group, I don't really think that's enough. It really should be several times a day, every day. And if you're like, I don't know how to do that, I don't know how to come up with the content, you can find it. Like the group, the monthly movement is basically spoon feeding those ideas every day right now. And generally speaking, what gets your attention more? Someone posting a stock picture, or something that's them doing it, or asking a question, right? So thinking about what will engage people, which is why I'm asking through the week that we share some engagement posts. Anything we share on our team page on our days, something you can immediately take and go share on your business page or on your group or on your personal wall if you just want to engage people that way. So, you know, it's basically like, don't get overwhelmed, but just do it. Just consistently do some of the basic things. Fundraisers. I mean, you can get all worked up and try to be fancy about fundraisers, but if that's something you ask every time, is there anything you need help fundraising with? Are you in any groups that need fundraising? Anything that I can help you with? I love to help give away free money, you know, because those things propel you. Those sales are going to give you more contacts. Those sales are going to help you with incentive points, things like that. One bad fundraiser doesn't mean you should just give up on fundraisers. You know, sometimes it just wasn't the right time and place. And so the people who are going to keep growing and keep doing well are the ones who just keep saying, you know, this didn't work, but next time it might. And that is true. I've seen it over and over. Sometimes things are stinkers. That's just timing.
Did a fundraiser last month, and she's doing another one, I think, right now.
She's already over 500.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to
last month was a lot for her too.
Yeah, she had top sales.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get her to talk about her fundraiser next time she's on. Yeah. And Melanie, I mean, you did a fundraiser, right, recently, or did you just kind of donate some things? Was it?
I always try to have a fundraiser set up through my sister's organization is the one that I'm doing right now. It doesn't always work, but I use it because we have a thing that we have coming up for Texas. So we're trying to branch out to some of the Texas NICUs. So we're doing a fundraiser that way. So every now and then she has like 200,000 followers, but because she doesn't post about it like all the time, it kind of gets lost in the other ones, but she has some consistent people that kind of order like $25 here or $30 here.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, it's good. At least there's something there. Something popped in my head just then and it went right out. So let me look over my notes. Anything else that you feel is a back to basic? Oh, having an open party all the time. Telling people, let's just set up a shopping link. You're buying all the time. Why not get your, you know, just set it up that way.
One of my customers, she texted me this week. She's like, I placed an order online and I put it on your party that you have open. So I guess the question to add it and stuff popped up and she added it to the party. So
yeah. Well, and honestly, like, you know how on our open parties, you can upload a video. When that happened, I was like, oh, this has been around a while. I was like, that is the coolest. I could have a video, but have I ever done it? Nope. Not one time, maybe once. But even having a stock video that you could put up every time that you make one time, and then it's just a part of that process. I set up my party and I add that video. You might want to change it, you know, once in a while. And obviously, if you had someone really going all out and doing a fundraiser or a party, that video would be a really good thing. And then you could have that link on your little QR code. I mean, it's just so awesome. So awesome. So anyway, sometimes I was just thinking too, like if you've taken a really cool time lapse of your diffuser diffusing and doing all the colors, just quickly, I mean, making the QR code was so easy. The website I have pulled up, I just went on YouTube because I didn't know how to do it. I was like, I don't know how to make a QR code. Let me pull it up. I also have 5,000 tabs open. I'm not really exaggerating.
Use QR generator? Is that what you use?
One was a QRstuff.com.
Okay.
But they're simple. There's millions of sites. I did it on 2 different ones. I don't know what the other one is, but it is so easy. You literally just click the website, copy it, click it in, and it makes it. And then you download it and use it. I screenshotted a lot just to get my image to put into Canva, to put on stuff, or to put into Avery.com to put on my labels. I had the 2x4 labels and I just went and sized them where I could put, I think 8 labels on a thing, because they don't have to be big. They capture is pretty, they're just so fun. I told you I'm QR code crazy.
Did you ever get anything from that that fragrance flower thing that Wendy, forgot her name?
Did I have success with it?
Yeah, that you put it out, you know, with the, you know what I'm talking
I still think it's fantastic. It's the fragrance flower party where it basically has a QR code right to your Venmo. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I think you did.
Yes, I've shared it. I have it. I gave it to well, here's my story. I gave it to my hairdresser. And this is my hairdresser. She's a friend and she's been my hairdresser for a long time. And we've just, the last year, I was having trouble with my hair anyway, because of my deficiencies I'd gone through with some hormonal issues and whatever. My hair was not good. And then because I think it's self-therapy, I like change. So like I'd go in like, I want to be blonde. Okay, I want to be black-headed. I want to be brown. I want to be red. I want to be blonde. And I like change drastic every 6 weeks, 5 or 6 weeks. First of all, she's like, woohoo, what a good customer, right? And she's cool. She's a creative. She got tattoos everywhere and she's fun. So she'd be like, sure. Whereas a lot of people would probably be like, yeah, I don't think we should do that. And she just let me be crazy. And so I've kind of, the last time I didn't have a very good result. And so I kind of quit going to her, but she had my flower party. And I feel really guilty because like I kind of cheating on her with someone else. So I just kind of chalked that up to, oh, well, that didn't work out. But I think the flower party is brilliant.
But
and
did you get the orders from it?
no,
No.
but I don't think she really pushed it, you know?
Okay.
So plus it was during kind of COVID. And so she wasn't having as much people coming in, but then she did. And yeah, I just don't think it took off. But like, say you have someone who's really into it. It's such a good idea. And something you just do every single time. And so I heard, you know, that other girl, I think on the QR code for the flower, she says that she basically says every 10 flowers you sell, I give you a new flower, which is a good deal. But yeah, I think it's a fantastic deal. It's so easy. They just scan it, type in your Venmo. I want 3 Amazon rainflowers and send you the money. And it's so brilliant. So I don't think it's a bad idea. I just don't think I've had the right person. I don't think I got it in the right place. And I don't go to that many other offices right now, but there, you know, if you know anybody that has like a daycare or some kind of office or someone that, you know, services people and has a lot of people coming through, it's a fantastic thing. And it's easy. And she's made the form, like it's on the video link. I think I shared it at some point, but yeah, that Wendy Newhouse or New Gas, she's so fun. Like she's so fun. Her energy
She has
is
so much energy. I'm like,
I know. She makes me like uncomfortable and I admire her at the same time.
Yeah.
Like
And,
I'm like, woo,
like
she's a lot.
decorating skills with the Scentsy stuff and non-Scentsy stuff too. Like the pictures that she posts, I'm like, oh, that she redid her office in like over the new year or something. I'm like, and she always talks about doing all these vendor things. I'm like, where do you have all your stock? Because like I feel like my office is like stock. Like
It's probably all behind her camera. It's just the
at
pretty.
some point.
That's how
Well,
my
she
life
said-
is.
I asked her, I'm like, where is all your stock? Because I know she has to have it because if she's doing all these things.
Did she answer?
Like, she says she stores it in her garage and cabinets, but I'm like, she's in California. Like, how do you store your wax in your garage?
I guess it depends on what
Right.
part. Is she in hot California or cool California? I don't know.
I don't know. I thought all California got hot at some point.
I don't know. Northern California, I don't think does. It's pretty cold. I don't know. What do I know?
It's always sunny
I was
wherever.
in a blizzard in California. Yeah, but
always-
it's always cool in the mornings and at night. I don't think it gets crazy hot. But I don't know.
So I don't know. I'm like, I redo my, after my vendor thing last weekend, I did redo my closet in my office. It's not
Yeah,
all
that
done
feels
yet,
good.
but it definitely is more organized.
Yes. Well, as we wrap up, I really appreciate you guys. Sorry, Shannon. I really appreciate you guys joining. It's always fun to see you. Is there anything you want to ask? Anything you want to focus on this next week? Because I'm getting the feeling like I'm going to chill about the QR codes. What should we focus on? What do y'all want the most help with? What should we do?
Gosh.
What's a good team
I feel like
task?
I need
I
the
mean,
most help with like I want to do Google Forms, but I'm just like, it's just something that's not, we're using like all the Google Docs and Google Drive and all that stuff at work. And I feel like I'm still like learning it, but I haven't sat down to like wrap my head around how to do a Google form. I
Well-
have struggles with the forms that we have to do at work that
yeah.
are Google forms to submit for different things now.
Well, there's several really great videos that will just literally step you through. And if they go too fast, you can pause and say, okay, then rewind it. I did that a few times, but I mean, I would sit with you and do it. And before I forget, like, I mean, I know Michelle's too far and I know you, Leslie's too far, but Heather, you're in Pflugerville, right?
Yes.
Yes. Do you get lunch breaks?
What's that?
Something we're going to make you take. Anyway, I was thinking, Shannon, you should let me know when you're free. We should have a lunch soon. I know it's crazy,
got-
but
I got your message.
yeah, you ignored it pretty good. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, well, we should plan a lunch, and then
Really go grab something and come back, and
it's
but
been
have
too
our
crazy.
front desk.
Well, we could do it on Saturday or something or whatever. Okay, well, I miss y'all. I appreciate you getting on. If y'all think of something, I'm just gonna plan to have maybe 2 little challenges this week, things for us to work on for points, and something basic, something to just get back to basics that we can work on. Something that's a sponsoring and something that's a sales probably. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Okay, if y'all have some
Sounds good.
ideas, let me know. You guys are awesome. Congrats on all the good stuff so far, and have a good rest of your week or new week, whatever.
Yes.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Everybody.
Bye.
Bye, ladies.
Okay, see you later.
Bye.
Bye.